Hello everyone. Today, or tonight, whatever it is, I don't know when this video is going up, and I do not know what's going to be in the background because I'm going to record this video now, and I'm going to edit it later. So, just in case I say something and you guys, whatever footage you guys are watching, I'm not going to be referencing it at all. I'm just going to be talking generally about the Bethesda E3 conference and why I felt it was a flop. Now, as a Bethesda fan, this was the most disappointing conference they've ever done, and they've only done two. So, it's not that hard, I guess. But it was extremely disappointing. Not because of what they showed. What they showed a lot of good stuff. It's what they didn't show and what they are done with. So I'm going to start off talking about a little bit of good, and then we'll move on. So one of the best things there was Dishonored 2. Dishonored 2 looks great. Like I said in my other video, I'm going to be getting the Dishonored 2 Collector's Edition. Very excited to get it. I am very excited for this game. I'm glad they showed it off. Another game, Prey. Very excited for it. I probably won't be getting it right away because there's too many games for me to be able to buy every one, and Prey, it'll just have to wait. What else? There was Elder Scrolls Online DLC. I didn't care. The one Tamriel, interesting. I'm going to start playing ESO again once that comes out. It's definitely interesting. It gets people back into the game. It's getting me back, and it just shows that they did a good job there. Good job on Bethesda. We're talking about Bethesda Softworks as a whole, not just Bethesda Game Studios and what they did wrong, which we'll get to in a minute. And they showed off. There was one thing that there was a lack of. Possibly was there though. There was no Wolfenstein. And now this is fine. I'm not going to discredit them for this. There was a leak, not a leak, I guess a rumor where in the Quake, I'll show a screenshot of this right about here, where it says New Colossus and there's no release dates right above Wolfenstein Old Blood. That means we may be getting a new Wolfenstein game. Wolfenstein: The New Order was one of my favorite games of 2014. It was probably my game of the year, honestly. Incredibly good story, fun gameplay. I loved it. It was fantastic, and I really hope they make a sequel. They made the Old Blood. I haven't tried the Old Blood yet. I plan to, but I don't have enough money for all this stuff. There's too much stuff happening. So I'll get to that eventually. But lack of Wolfenstein, bit disappointing. But if that means they're working on it, and the Colossus or whatever, new Colossus, if that means that's there, that's what it is, then I'm fine. I'm waiting. I'm perfectly fine. I'm waiting. So the next thing we're gonna get into is the Fallout Shelter update. This is cool. Add some new stuff. I'm not that interested in Fallout Shelter. When it first came out, I basically used it as a coping mechanism to keep me alive in anticipation for Fallout 4. But once Fallout 4 had come out, I rarely played Fallout Shelter. I haven't touched it since probably school. I played it in school sometimes when I was extremely bored. But since then, not really haven't touched it. So this might get me back into it. I don't know if I will because I've got too many games that I need to play. And I don't know if I could deal with a mobile game. I might do it when I'm bored or something like that. But Fallout Shelter, that's cool. I lost my good vault, so I don't have much, want to play it. My vault had like 200 people in it. It was really good. I missed that vault, and I lost it, so that's disappointing. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the Fallout 4 DLC, and this is where we're going to start to get negative. So the Fallout 4 DLC, you know what? At first glance, I was perfectly fine. I was not angry at all. Not in the slightest. Until Todd Howard said that Fallout 4 would be its last DLC. That would be the final DLC. How? How could they do that? Why? They're not supporting the game. They're supporting Fallout Shelter more than they're supporting Fallout 4. Why would they do this? You know why they're doing this? Because of mixed fan reaction. Because people want Obsidian to make another Fallout. They want Fallout 4 to be more of an RPG, and Bethesda did that, and they got praise for that. But because of Fallout 4, it sold well, it sold very well, and it got good critic reviews, but fan reviews, and Bethesda cares about their fans. So they're not going to continue to support the game. They're going to support the game, but they're not going to release DLC for it, and that's fine for me because I got mods on console now and for PC players too. But still, it's so disappointing not to have any more expansions. Fallout 3, 5 DLCs, all expansions. Fallout New Vegas, 4 plus 2 extra things that added in guns and new armor and stuff. So, where's ours? Now you could say that because of Skyrim. What happened with Skyrim? They took a break from all that big DLC. They added 2 giant land masses, and they added a Hearthfire, which is basically our version of settlement mode. That's cool. That is really cool. I'm glad they did that. That was a fun DLC for Skyrim, and I'm fine with that because it's Elder Scrolls, and Elder Scrolls is a different series from Fallout. But when you pack a game full of content like Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 did, and I know Bethesda did Fallout New Vegas, sorry, but that doesn't mean they set a precedent. They set a precedent for about 5 DLCs, and I guess you could say they set a precedent once they made Skyrim have only 3 DLCs. But Fallout 4 is getting 6, and you could say that, oh, what are you talking about? Fallout 4 is getting 6 DLCs. That's more than any Bethesda game ever. Even Fallout New Vegas. Yes, but I am one of the fucking 10% of people that like settlement mode. Like 90% of people don't give a shit, or they're okay with it, but as long as it's in the base game. 4 of our DLCs are being spent on settlement mode. 4 of them. One of them being Wasteland Workshop, which is a fucking flaw. It was a disappointment. It didn't have anything new. It just added assets back into the game. A shitty arena mode, which no one used. I only used it to get the achievement, so I would have 100% game completion. And then fucking Waste Automatron was cool. It was a fine DLC. It was 30 minutes, or like 3 hours, with a cool new add-on mechanic, which I never fucking used, so I found it to be useless. The cool little 3-hour DLC, that was fine, whatever, no big deal. Added some new enemies into the game, added more robots, added the what's it called? The Robo-Brain back. But that's not enough. That's not enough for a small DLC. It was like $10 for that. And I don't feel like you got your worth, especially if you're not into crafting. Like Automatron promised, it was into crafting, and I understand you don't have to pay for it. But if you're a season pass owner, you want to get your worth. You want to get your worth from that. So you're not getting it. You really aren't. So far, as of right now, you are not getting your worth. So, we get Far Harbor. Great. Yes, this is what we want. We got a little bit of new settlement stuff. We got a whole giant new landmass with about 37 hours of content. I think it was 39 hours of content is what IGN said. But I'm not sure if that's 100% correct. But it's a lot of content. It's at least 30 hours of content. I put in about 40, I think. So, after that, we're like, yeah, good job, Bethesda. You did something good. You made a DLC that everyone can like. Settlement players, people who like Settlement, which not a lot of people, they are in the minority, which includes me. I love Settlement mode. It's great to see new stuff in Settlement mode for me, but I am a small portion of the community, and I am also not that big into Settlement. Like, I spend a lot of time in Settlement mode, don't get me wrong, but I still want more. I want them to focus on the base game. So, when I found out, I saw contraptions, and I knew. I was like, shit, that means the leaks were true. Wasteland Workshop and the Workshop DLCs 2 and 3 are true. And then I'll see it after this. Saw a contraption, I was like, okay, that's okay. I can accept that as long as this next one is good. And then they dropped the ball. They really did. Build your own vault. Basically taken straight from the fucking modders. I am perfectly fine with Bethesda using DLC being inspired by modders. That is fucking fantastic. It shows they are using the community, and it's good to help have a vibrant community and use them and listen to them. But Bethesda, that doesn't mean steal. It's not fully stealing. It is their game, and they're allowed to do what they want. And they've been working on this for a while. I understand that, okay? I really do. But shit, it's build your own vault. There's a fucking mod that does it just fine. So why? Why are we getting it? It just doesn't make any sense to me. Why would they do that? I like I said, I understand they've probably been working on this for a while. Once they saw this mod was out, they were like, shit, people are going to blame us for this. And I really shouldn't say that they're stealing. Because like I said, it is their game. They're allowed to do what they want. And, the modders Bethesda was probably working on this before the modders. Maybe they were inspired by the modders. It doesn't matter. It's their game. They're allowed to do what they want. I shouldn't criticize them for that. I should criticize them for the fact that we're having another, yet again, Workshop DLC. Now this one is a bit more to appeal to all players, because everyone can get behind building their own vault. I mean, that's pretty fucking cool. I'm not even gonna lie. I never downloaded the Build Your Own Vault mod, but I have friends that did, and they said it works fine. It's cool, it's expansive, blah, blah, blah. It's fine, but I'm gonna buy it. Obviously, I have the season pass, so that's just fine and dandy, but no, not a lot of people want Settlement more. not a lot of people do. It's a really small minority, especially for the more casual Fallout audience. You know, a lot of the Fallout players are not casual, but I'm talking about people who just picked up Fallout 4, they have never played another Fallout game, they're new to the series, they enjoy the series, but when they're getting their DLC, they're getting their fix with settlement stuff. Maybe that's good for them, maybe they're more pro-settlement, but otherwise, it's really not helpful. You know, like I said, myself, I enjoy settlement mode a lot. I'm glad it's in the game, but I do not want to expand it on as they're doing now. But this is, like I said, it's a little bit better because it does appeal to both players, settlement players and new players, because it seems it's adding some new locations. Underground ones, obviously, so maybe you'll go and maybe you'll get a quest. It'll say like, hey, Vault Tech, maybe that Vault Tech rep will say, hey man, you want to start a vault with me or something? And then you go and you explore the caves and you kill some new enemies and, you know, rad scorpions and stuff that were down there. That's pretty cool. Underground caves. That's something Fallout 4 really doesn't have. They don't have a lot of cave systems, which, you know, it's not like Fallout 4 is known for, or Fallout series is known for that, but, I mean, come on. Caves are pretty cool. So, that ends my little rant on the contraptions and Vault Tech DLC. We're going to move on to Nuka World, which I'm extremely pleased with. That trailer alone gave me such a vibe of Borderlands, not Borderlands. Borderlands, it gave me such a vibe from that game just because, I don't know, it was just like, I saw the Raider, he was just sitting there in his chair, I don't know, tell me if you agree, I really got a vibe of Borderlands from that. And it looks interesting. We're getting something on Raiders. We've never gotten a real DLC on Raiders aside from the pit. Like I said, I compared it to a pit before, and it is, I think this is going to be similar to the pit. A trading hub owned by Raiders? How is that going to work? Aren't they just going to kill people? Maybe they're a bit more civilized. Maybe they don't rob people. They probably rob people, but they're civilized. They don't kill everyone. So they trade and stuff. So they're actually people trying to make a living. They're just raiders. Maybe there are good raiders in there, people that you can convince to stop being scumbags. I hope there's an interesting story here, though. I really do. I hope there's something we could get behind. Maybe, you know, this whole undercover plot. Like, you know, on the surface, it just seems like, oh, it's just a raider trading hub at an old abandoned, you know, amusement park. But maybe there's something more. Maybe it's not just that. Maybe we have to uncover a secret plot of the Institute. I don't know, man. I hope they do expand upon this, and it's not just as the surface is just, you know, flat and bland and dry. If it is, that's fine. It'll be a fun DLC, and that's something we haven't had yet. Aside from, you know, the Wasteland Workshop and them, it was kind of fun if it worked, but, you know, this is good. This is actually good. They are going to have a serious DLC like they did in Far Harbor. Also, I'm going to link down in the description a video to Mr. Matty Plays video, which I don't know if you guys have seen yet. Very well done. I agreed with a lot of what he said, and he said a lot of this better than me. But I wanted to have my own opinion put out here, and I want to hear what you guys have to say too. So the next thing we're going to talk about is Skyrim Remastered. Skyrim Remastered is good. I do not know for 100%. I'm going to look it up right now. If Skyrim Remastered is going to be $60. If it is, we're going to have a problem. I'm going to talk about that. But if it's not, if it's $40, I'll totally buy it. No problem at all for $40. But if it is $60, that's just not acceptable. You're paying $60 for a new game. That's kind of dumb. Or an old game, sorry. From 2011, and although they are remastering, I don't think they have put a price tag on it yet, so we'll have to wait and see, but PC players will get it for free. If you own a copy of Skyrim Legendary Edition, or you own Skyrim and all its DLCs, you will get this DLC for free. Not DLC, sorry, I'm really tired right now. Game, I did not sleep at all. I only got 4 hours of sleep. I went to bed around 8 o'clock a.m. this morning because I was working on some videos. I was playing GTA with my friend, having a boatload of fun, and then I went to bed for 4 hours, woke up right in time for Microsoft's press conference. I finished that, talked to my friends a little bit about the conference, which I was very pleased with. I'll have a video up on that later. So that's good. You know, I'm excited for Skyrim Remastered, as long as it's not, you know, overpriced. We're going to stay on that too long because I think they're doing the right thing here. Putting it on consoles, adding mods. Everyone expected it once they heard the leaks. I honestly was not expecting this a month ago. I would say about a month ago I made a video on it saying that we would probably not see a Skyrim Remastered. But then someone told me about how Skyrim was ported to the Xbox One. I remember hearing that from Todd Howard back around E3 last year. And I was like, oh shit, you're right. So it was at least ported to the Xbox One. So that means they could release it on the Xbox One and then, have it there. But they've went the full mile and remastered. That's really cool. And they didn't just, update the graphics. They, change weather effects and stuff like that. So that's cool. But Skyrim Remastered, good job. That's something they did right. I'm really happy with that. But I don't think I have any other real complaints about the Bethesda E3 conference. There was a lot of Legends I did not care for. I think Legends could be interesting if was it a card game or a linear story. That's not what Elder Scrolls is known for. And Elder Scrolls has a lot of spin-off games. It does. It has like Battlespire and Redguard, Elder Scrolls Online obviously, and now this, and I think there's a couple more maybe, but I'm not interested in a card game. We're getting the Witcher 3 card game, which sounds interesting. I'm going to try to start playing the Witcher 3 because I do own it. I just need to play it. So we'll have to see how that goes, but I don't know. I really do not know how this is going to go with Skyrim Remastered. As long as it's not 60, and as long as the PC does get their free copy, because I don't think Bethesda would go back on their word for it, but they will. They won't. I'm just saying. Never mind. That was stupid of me to say. So, other than that, there's one thing I want to add here at the end, is that while Bethesda did make some mistakes, I still love them. I still love them as a company, and the reason I am criticizing them is because I love them. You guys cannot, you're allowed to disagree with my opinion on this video, obviously. It's free speech. It's a free country. Or whatever country you live in, maybe not, but, on YouTube you are allowed to disagree with me. You're allowed to voice your opinion. I always ask you guys to voice your opinions. I always do. I love hearing your guys' opinions on whatever it may be. So, disagree with me. That's fine. But know that I'm criticizing Bethesda harshly because I want them to be better. That's how you make things. If you voice your opinion, then you will get what you want. And, a lot of companies, their fans just don't voice their opinions, and then they do what they want. That's how EA turned bad, and Activision, corporate beasts like them. Bethesda can't turn into that. I won't let it happen. And you guys should criticize them too. If you love them, you have to critique them. You have to, if you care, you need to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to. And, some people might say I'm being a little too harsh on them. But like I said, it's because I care. So I want to hear what you guys have to say. I want to hear your opinion on this. I want you guys to tell me what you think on Fallout Shelter, the new Fallout 4 DLCs, the modding, kind of scandal with the Vault tech thing, and Skyrim Remastered. If you think Skyrim Remastered is necessary, I made a video on that, and a lot of people said no, it's not necessary. And I want to see if your opinion stays true now that it's free on PC and it might be cheaper on consoles. So, with all that said, we're going to bring this video to an end. Thank you guys for watching if you made it this far. Like I said, this is a rant, so it's probably not the most enjoyable thing to listen to. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm going to have some more better videos up soon, but with so much going on, I have so much to do. I have to record this video. I have to record the Microsoft conference. I'm going to do a little bit more in-depth analysis type deal on Fallout 4's DLC, Nuka World, look at the big picture a little bit more, see if we can identify any things, and probably some videos on Skyrim Remaster. I'll probably have a couple more discussions up later this week. I have a lot of videos to make, and I hope you guys are going to enjoy. So, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.